Rah. Watch, I mean, do absolutely no introduction and just go. Okay, so who's the Rising Stones? We'll meet up there.
Alright.
And Siren. I don't think Halabali got that. Actually, we should probably meet up outside the Rising Stones in, like, the tavern area or something. So that we can, weigh that new person. So that stream knows who the heck K is when stream sees K. That's not K, that's Aura. That's not K, that's a rando. There's a Halabali. There's K.
Hey, yo.
I want to buy the emote that lets you, like, open your arms, but I don't have the money till next payday. So I don't have it. But that is K. K is our new member of Static to help us continue trying to get to 8. And of course the second K is here. The internet in Sweden dies and we lose Albric. So, as we go into the containment base today, we need to sort out new class layouts. So, who wants to tank? I think it's going to be K, because K's already in, like, full-fledged level 90 paladin. Not generally going to join us for MSQ streams, obviously. Already done. Unless you want to. So it looks like we're just swapping out our warrior for a paladin. It's fine. Okay, let's go.
Well,
with a stretch. Okay, so there's a quest around here somewhere that I need to make sure I haven't actually picked up. No, I have not. There you are, Unukaltai. The time has come, Warrior of Light. You must move against the warring Triad now or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be a light to the coming of a second calamity. You represent our best hope at eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were not for the impressively diverse connections of your scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed on the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it's my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon's Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azazla. We shall speak further there. Okay. I'm gonna go outside and hope that one of you will teleport me there, because I spent all my money on emergency gunbreaker gear just in case we needed me to tank. That's why I'm so poor, if you're looking on stream. It's okay. This officially counts as a free company expense, so when the time comes. Where's everyone?
Oh, I'm already flying ahead.
Everyone's already flown ahead. Is everyone actually already there?
Oh, I just went back to the ether.
I accept the teleport, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I'm spending my money.
Oh. Whoops, I meant to teleport us all. Guess I did too early.
Yeah. I was not out. And with Alsvith not here, I don't get to ride on his mount either. This is seriously the worst. Alsvith misses out. We don't have 5. I don't get to ride on Alsvith's mount and enjoy the scenery while we're going. Truly something samsara. Where on earth is this? Is it all the way up there? Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's all the way up here.
Wow. If there were ever a place we needed to erect a second Aetherite, it's up here. Alrighty. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility, wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by elegant devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow scions will join us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let's continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility. Oh, is this gonna be frickin'... Is it gonna be Nero? I hope it's not Nero. Hey, Orianje, Ishola, Gryle. You've not been waiting long, I trust. We're eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Gobo. It's an honor to meet you at last. I know only of one Kote Scion. You must be Archon L'Ishtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kryl of the students of Valdezian, correct? Diminutive? Well, perhaps there's been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature you required my assistance. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I've given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Allag as the Fiend, who was once the patron deity of a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mercidia, who was subdued by the Allagan Empire, after a lengthy war of attrition. I get it, haha, the Sephiroth. The Tree of Life, haha, I get where they get this. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead. His mind bound in a dream, while his body's energies are harvested by Allagan technologies. The expedition for his failure to dissipate into Aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but Divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening. A most succinct assessment, Mr. Scribe. While I was aware the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. If only my gift offered such detailed analysis. Which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It'll be Gobo and I, after all, who enter the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's settled then. I'll disable the restraints, and the adventurers will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise, and, of course, my diminutive stature. I wish I were a Lalithel right now. That would be so funny. Right, it's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Activating verification systems. Lifting access restriction to Triad control. I had no idea Baltasian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I'll gladly leave their operation to you. Like Unakov, I might just not be competent. When we locate the controls, mayhap my words are unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. That is deeply concerning to me. Because either you have the Echo, in which case you'd just be like, I have the Echo, or you're already under an Icon's sway. Warning. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Come around, Jay. We must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified, but I can't very well leave every deadly task to you Scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Alligans, and that more than once. Cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. That is so true. Parenting moment. Okay. Then I guess it's... time to trigger it?
Yep.
Are we ready? Woohoo. And let's go. In less than 5 minutes.
Nice.
I'm gonna go look outside, see if there's anyone waiting who might want to join in. I saw people outside earlier. It looks like whoever was... Huh?
They were queued up.
Well, they're already gone. So... I was just hoping that they might still be there and I could be like, yo, no, doesn't matter. Let's go embarrass ourselves in front of a bunch of newbies.
That was quick.
Yeah. That's right, I changed my gun after I set up my portrait, so it's gone now. Oh well. Ooh. He's a bit top heavy.
Big and burly. Oh. Oh. Thanks, Dex. Here it comes.
Hi.
Big.
Ow. Ooh, good song.
Oh.
Nope. Oh. Get into the theme.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you can fall off. I just learned
Oh,
as I fell off.
that's not the right. No.
I see. When he does that, he's gonna send us back flying. I'm sure that'll matter when we get to Savage later. I'm sure he'll do the same thing, but worse.
Oh dear.
But okay. Yay, we did it.
Chicken.
And the question is, did we learn anything? We learned that everyone leaves right away and that there's no time for me to take a drink before giving a command. Oh,
Oh dear.
I got a commendation somehow. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah. Probably because you mentioned you were new.
I always hope someone will, like, tell me how to do it. Like, I don't want to look it up, but it's really nifty if someone's explaining how to do it, you know? That's part of the MMO experience, is learning.
Mm.
You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs keep telling me to run, but I couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked during the whole battle. A hero tried and true, if only I possess such strength. Ishtola, this is Kryl. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Gopo gave Sephiroth the mother of all the rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes, I understood. Let's swap tails with the Rising Stones, then. It's one of those where we go back and forth, huh? On our
Yep.
path to Control Chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It seems these machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? That sounds horrific! Oh no!
That sounds horrific.
The thralls! That's people! They've got people, like, slammed in eternal nightmares to keep summoning the primal. Oh no. Oh, hello?
That one guy.
Your senses are sharp, young one.
Do we know this guy?
I am Regular von Hydrus, Legatus of the 6th Legion. It would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now. My lesson learned.
I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summoned them.
I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention.
Children? I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Sick burn. Don't lie. Just when you're hiding... What are you hiding beneath that mask of yours, hmm? A longing for hope? An appetite for power? A lingering sense of regret? And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gift tells you? No, these are just wild guesses, but I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Onukahai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance, then? A ruse to uncover my true nature? I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. Now that this guy's walking by, I'm like, yeah, it is a kid. Oh gosh. It's like a teenager. We've got a teenager here. Well, back to the Rising Stones, where I hope they pay me enough to cover the expense of this warping. I mean, I'll be fine either way. It's just, I don't want to have to... Wait, you were all there. I could have just had you...
Yeah.
If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Also, I need to figure out how to do that camera thing, because that guy had the camera thing, and I want people to know that I have, like, the camera thing going. Is there, like, a...
What thing?
Like, you know how, like, you have the sprout?
Yep.
Or the looking for group. During the raid, someone had the camera thing, and that's... I've always been like, how do I let people know that I'm streaming without going, hi, I'm streaming? And I would love to just be able to be like, here, I'm recording. If you don't want to be seen, fuck off.
I thought the camera thing was when you G-pose. I'm not sure.
Is G-posing in the middle of the fight? Oh, what's the book say? I don't want to read that. It'll have to be a secret for people to play this game. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. It was fine, I only died once. Though thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring Triad's baleful presence, and in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Alec. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceedeth, I wouldst counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was the world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allegan Technology's potential for calamity? Or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask. It would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, among other things. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we're to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust one another. On that such note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we'd best be off. Do send word if there are further developments. And we're not playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, so stop being, like, the perfect... whatever that playbook is. The one that Primo did when we tried it.
Which one was
That's... this guy is, like, exactly that playbook. A companion now, am I?
that?
Oh. Oh, it more than pays for things. Okay. Okay, where do we go now? We go on to a fiendish likeness.
I think it was the Fate of...
No, that is not the one we want. That's the Savage Raid.
The Fate of Stars is what you want.
I'm troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Allegan technology. While it's true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azislaw's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Pray excuse the interruption, but a call on this Lake Pearl can only come from one of your fellow Scions. Archon Ishtola, what's news? And you're quite certain they've broken through? Yes, of course, we shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Yonjay put upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Ishtola requests we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I've informed other Scions of this development. Okay. Are people waiting outside?
I am.
I'm gonna hitchhike. Give me a moment. Okay, we're ready.
Alright.
I'm used to giving people teleportation options. Does anyone... No one has something I can ride on.
Nope.
It's my sorrow. That fight was cool though. Like I do want to, like every one of these fights I'm like, ooh, what's the harder version of the fight look like? You know?
Oh man, I feel like we'd be falling off a lot.
Well, not if we got good. Which is basically what we'd be demanding. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here anon. They are wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Ishtola was sent forth for Azislaw when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find he had succeeded. We must hope he has not yet found his prize. Oh, a cutscene. Well met, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly. We'll be glad of your presence should we meet the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you will be aware, this facility offers some of Alleg's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I'd be surprised if Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Charlian. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Twas well known the children of Garlemald had no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness tis passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Arkanishola has the right of it. Before or else we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Allegans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Where came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. You not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Unukalhai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedency over slaying Legatuses. Kryle's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Ah, forgive me, my thoughts were bound in idle imaginings. In answer to the question, milady, I'm content to be led by thee in this matter. And they don't ask us because they know we're going to say kill them. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we? You dwell in the matter of the barrier? I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldesion himself. Even the most learned archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power, akin to the very echo itself. Okay. Prepare to teleport. Oh, there's a instance duty. See you all in a bit.
Alright.
Okay. The Garleans strike at the heart of the facility, and the Legatus spearheads the charge. This place is a god-awful mess, is what it is. The Legatus himself is here. Oh no. Looks like we were expecting that.
Oh, yeah,
There it
well,
is.
before that guy from earlier doing some mini boxes at the research facility.
There's a mini boss. Oh, hi. Okay, keep the Legatus from its prize, yes. Hi, Colossus. After the Legatus. Oh, more things coming. I guess Ishtola's gonna have to cover them. Press on, I'll handle this. Okay. So we go 1v1 the Legatus. Woohoo.
Yay!
I thought this was supposed to be like a trial series, not a, like, trial series with duty in it.
I have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow.
That thing looks like a giant USB.
Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head.
Okay. What have you got? You've got vulnerability to drill.
My weapons inhibitors exist for a reason. I will not lose to you. Ouchie, ouch.
That was a tight DPS check. Because I blew my load, like, on him and not his monster and didn't have my big deeps. Gobo! The Tomelith is unbreached then? It is a USB. That's why it looks like a USB. Okay. Kryl.
My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path.
And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act.
What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation?
It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Alec, and invited the calamity in so doing. The star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all.
Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause.
Well, I appear not to be dead. Ow.
Ooh.
Kryl. I may have cracked a rib or two. I'll be fine, honestly. Ow. Cracked ribs aren't fun. Our foes give no quarter. Haru no Kai stinted his defense of thee. Thou wouldst be certain thy hurts would be far worse. Are you ready to go mask off, kid? I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. I keep forgetting what voice I gave him. I gave him the nerd voice. I keep not doing it. The secrets of Alec are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the Tomelith. Unakalthai. I appreciated you staying by my side. Thank you. "'Twas not." Oh, please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. Frickin' kids. Frickin' teenagers. Awkward as crap. Yay, everyone's here. Probably done way before me. I'm having a heck of a time with it. Ah, Urianje, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I came unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? Aye, I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft. He who invited an imperial legatus to this facility in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the warrior of light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events. The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from whence he has not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there's the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one who possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose, 'tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Gobbo or Mistress Kryl, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alec as fate. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective, though, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the primals, and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Gobbo. Urianje is correct in his suspicions. 'Twas I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Unikalthai this transgression, and keep mention of it away from Mistress Kryl. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler! When Y'shtola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Ah, never mind the warring Triad. I've awoken Archon Y'shtola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Come, Gobbo, it's time we return to the Rising Stones. Because there's no way in hell we could set up a base camp closer. None whatsoever.
None at all.
Who wants to take us home?
Alright.
I am unable to accept the teleport.
Wait, what? Huh. Weird.
It might be because I had a teleport offer to Limsa open. Not gonna lie, I was expecting less story in between these trials. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent and console, blah 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 blah. Yeah, kid, it's fine. You're losing my interest.
Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, we need to move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the warring triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Y'shtola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azazla forthwith and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory.
Again, there's no reason why we couldn't set up an office like this in Azazla. I was gonna warp straight to Azazla. We could have set up a base at Azazla, had a couple of cooks, a couple of guards. I mean, we're not made of money, but we have, like, enough that we could do that. Heck, we just brought peace to a large portion of the realm. Surely we could petition all of the grand companies for, like, a couple of folk to help stand guard. You know, to stop the unleashing of new ancient primals. New Bahamut's. We just call them Bahamut, and that should scare everyone enough to, you know?
Maybe it scares them too much. Again, 2 people from the Relic Quest have already set up camp here, so...
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, that's not where we're going. Over here's where we're going. Okay. We appear to be the first to arrive. Cutscene. Why can't the cutscene be voiced either?
Could the 6th Legion have returned? Gobo! Unokai! Unukai! We're under attack! Y'shtola and Irianji have engaged a foe not far from here.
Oh no, where is everyone? We have a foe.
Rarely is my shield thus tested. Would seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. Well, you think so. Mayhap your mom merely withered whilst you lay idle. Still your tongues, we have stalled them long enough. With scales in hand the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and therefore bring balance unto all. Hear my words in despair, Alligans. Our goddess has awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. Did anyone try telling them that we're not Alligans? While you're here, I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You two understood their words, do you not? Yeah, they're like tainted. 'Twas a Mercidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, though one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. As for our antagonists' meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. The one with the shield seemed to think we're Alligans, who recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Gobo? And might we assume this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Aye, from their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mercidians, thralls to the goddess Sophia and victims of the Alligans' incursions. If, as Kryl claimeth, they thought us agents of Allig, 'tis little wonder they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment, when we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us. The warring Triad have proven formidable enough when we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, they won't stand a chance. We got this. Let's be about it then. The three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Oriandra and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Okay. Mistress Kryl, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? With scales in hand the goddess shall arrive, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thus bring balance unto all. I'm not liking this talk of scales and balance.
Oh dear.
They're really emphasizing scales and balance, and that makes me uncomfortable. Okay, yay, we're finally ready to do something. Or at least I am.
Oh, we're not going down here.
Is everyone else?
I'm ready.
Okay. Do we want to wait and invite this Charlie Yuna?
I don't mind.
I'm getting impatient. If Charlie gets done with cutscene before we get done with the before we get clocked in, we'll say hi. See, I don't have like super cool mounts like everyone else does. I just kind of sit here on my boring old Aramon. There we go. Sorry, Charlie. It's just not in the cards. I'm bored. Ooh, we have a Moogle.
Oh no, Buff Moogle.
みんな、女神ソフィアの討滅任せたわよ。例の信者たちにも気をつけて。
Ooh, pretty. Oh, hi. Hi again. Thank you, Corinne. I am very enjoy. I enjoy that less.
Alright. Oh. So much for that.
I tried.
Woohoo! Ooh, that looks not... Whoa, hi! Okay, don't stand in front of you.
Ow.
Okay, you seem to be the focus fire on. Hey, there's those scales again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Okay, they really were not joking about scales.
Oh. Ouch.
まさか情はもたらすものだとでも炎もみ明かりを揺らすそこです
Oh, she sent a little line and a thing fell into the scale and it tilted. I see.
Okay.
It's gonna be more. I saw more on the left. It's gonna go that way, right?
I think so.
Opposite
Yep.
way, yeah.
Everyone fell off. Oh no.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, dang it, I moved. Oh, ow. Oh, sorry.
Left side.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. No one died that time.
They learned their lessons.
Ow. Whew.
That was lovely. Okay, I was scared of the scales, but that scales thing was actually really nifty. I liked it.
Yeah, the skill mechanic was pretty fun.
No one stays long enough to get commended by all the newbies.
Yeah, people are
In a
probably
hurry.
farming mobile tones or dailies.
Oh yeah, that's right. These things are warning Moogle tomes.
Ooh, yay, that's less of the Praetorium that I have to do.
Yep.
Well, this might actually be a better way to farm. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. When Kral and Unukalhai have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me. However, how did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have an answer to that. We discovered the remains of a Gallian soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. It is like the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion, and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. The goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will. Yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. I do much wonder that the Icon's pawn was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That, too, is easily explained. During our investigation, Kral discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check. A flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. There was a time toward the end of the Third Astral Era when the peoples of Mercidia faced extinction at the hands of the Allagan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with a rebel faction within Allag, who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect this had always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the very heart of Alec. We can think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness of their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mercidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems the real flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so till the end of days had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop, and subsequently the Garleans. I cannot help but wonder what might have come into pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. Kryle hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed Paul speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can be none other than great Bahamut himself, then yet a prisoner, whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Alec to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan. Had it come to fruition, the two of them would surely have razed the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation, the Mercidians' homeland included. And their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Alec with primal fire. The tale teaches us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Allegans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from the menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final step of this most needful task. The final step is wake up and kill the last tribal. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine. Oriange, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. Warning, deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Ooh. We're gonna see no mask. That's a hand on face. Oh, just thinking about a thinking pose. Darn, I thought we were gonna have a dramatic reveal there. Identification code accepted. Subject terminated. Oh no. May they speed on through samsara. Well. To the Rising Stones.
To the Rising Stones. Oh.
We'll have to bring Alsvith along on these some other time off stream because he needs to enjoy them. They're good. Imagine the hard version of that fight. What would they do to make that scale harder? Because you know they can make it harder. That'd be cool. Zotimus, Akani Shola mentioned there was a matter she wished to discuss. Well met. You'll forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all her remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing? Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Allegans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the fiend and the goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body. You speak of Dalmud. Aye. The Icon's cages are unmistakably of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contains the seeds of 3 calamities which might feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls. A distasteful task unbefitting one such as the warrior of light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You've made your case, and it's apparent we are not in a full possession of the facts. Nonetheless, genocide. Your notion of what may or may not be expected is presumptuous in the extreme. Y'shtola, please don't expect me to do genocide. When the Warrior of Light chose to join us, she did so in the knowledge that she would be required to face and destroy not only the primals, but also their fanatical servants. That
No,
which
we
you
didn't.
term a distasteful... well, we kind of did, Ifrit, remember?
Yeah, but that was like after we joined.
Yeah. An essential part of our calling, a burden which every scion's sworn to shoulder. Yeah, but I didn't expect that meant, like, genocide. Oh, no. I see. It would seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. No matter. Assuming I've made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one more subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier, but somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine what we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regula von Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose to the favor of the established order, and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. And they would be so reckless. You truly believe the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Alec from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. I want to tear off this kid's mask and force him to tell us who his master is. Because that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. This kid could be working for an Ascian for all we fucking know. The last pillar to fall. Greetings, but one pillar of the warring Triad remains. Zervan, the icon known as the Demon. According to the histories I've uncovered, the monstrous being was worshipped by a race of Mercidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zervan's manifestation, and we can be sure that many such thralls will be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's servants. As such, your fellow scions have already begun an exhaustive search, but there are several sectors which only you, Kral, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let's make our way to Azislaw forthwith and aid the investigations. The servant. We really need to find a way to fix those servants. You know?
Yeah, that would be good in the long run.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Have we learned why they are? I don't think we've learned why they're enthralled. So I don't know that we have any ideas yet.
Like how, like in like the mechanism or of
Yeah,
it,
the
or...
means by which, like, yeah, Primal shows up and then they're enthralled, but that's like how, oh, you snort cocaine and you have lots of energy. Well, that's a central nervous stimulant. It binds to certain neuroreactors and inhibits the chemicals that make you feel lethargic so that you can go past where your physical limits are. Like, there's a mechanism, right? So there's a mechanism, and if we could figure out the mechanism, then we could counteract it, potentially. Or maybe I'm
smart.
maybe
not
I'm
smart enough for this.
maybe I'm applying like optimism. And it's
I
like
think something to
death
do with
where you just
there.
can't go past it. Gobbo, it's good we caught you. The facility's been swarmed by Imperial troops. By their standards did we judge them soldiers of the 6th. I, once more, doth regular von Hydrus stretch forth his hand to seize the forbidden fruits of Allagan. And once more have our meticulous wards been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome wards were destroyed from within by the pulsing energies of an icon.
Of an icon.
I have to drop back to this. Nay, put up your weapons and listen. The followers of Zervon have awakened, and they toil to rouse their master.
The demon's worshippers yet slumbered when we confronted Sophia, for the tampering of her thralls had been more widespread than we thought. They shared a common enemy. It is not unthinkable they would seek to free all those the Allagans had imprisoned.
Yes, the cage doors are open, and whilst you stand here quibbling over who picked the locks, my soldiers are inside the facility, risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death to prevent Zervon's servants from waking him in the fullest of his power. Now, assuming you have at last understood the gravity of the situation, it's time I rejoined them.
But you cannot hope to succeed. The Icon will enslave the minds of any who draw near.
Thus did I seek out those with the power to resist his influence. Aid us, and mayhap my men will not perish in vain.
You propose an alliance.
I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technology wanting. These mechanisms have failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfit to bring before the Emperor. Twice have you bested me in combat. Will you now lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe?
'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Ysael was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that's become before?
I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment. But of course I am dealing with savages. I will not stand here and justify the death of this Ice Maiden. We pursued our ideals and you pursued yours. Such was the result. And mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes we have all lost comrades dear to us. And I choose to put aside past grievance and beg your champion's aid, to appeal to your reason.
Thou art willing to build a bridge of common purpose upon such tremulous foundations? I, too, am hesitant to accept the arrangement, but the offer has been made to the Warrior of Light, and 'tis her involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by their decision. Kill.
Wow.
Then, for better or worse, we fight at her side. Mistress Kyle and I are resistant to primal influences. We shall aid you where we can.
Then let us be on our way.
Yay! No instanced duty. Just the trial. Our companions have already passed through the research facility. We should not lag behind. Ooh. Oh hey, it's a battle arena. The demon stirs. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth on the aether siphoned unto him by his thralls, must needs deprive him of his sustenance.
Then we destroy those devices.
Hold! Witness your soldiers! They have turned one against the other. Even half awake, Zervan corrupts and converts those who enter his aura. The three of us, then. We rush in together and each disable a generator. We cannot give them the chance to rally a defense.
There are 4 mechanisms by my count. If I can avoid the Icon's miasma, my blade will make short work of the last one.
We, all of us, have pledged our lives to...
Keep your lives. I'd rather you tend my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact.
I know not if my strength will be enough. I am no champion.
The battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate has blessed you with a unique talent and an occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. We strike.
Yay! Kill.
Kill.
Oh, I love that it just, like, doesn't show how we blew it up, so they don't have to animate different things for different jobs. Oh, Zervan is... Unokalhai.
Rawr.
Uh-oh. That seems to be an important thing to remember. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's an enemy down. He slumbers once more.
You say?
You saved me. Why?
I told you, boy. Yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift the Emperor may one day have need of in his war on these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up from the ranks, stood against my detractors. I gladly give my life in his service. You must finish this. Slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zervan.
Bye. Exactly. It does make me feel bad for him. For the legatus, it failed. We must needs withdraw and prepare our assault. At the cost of his life, the legatus has prized us open a window of opportunity. Like, instead, it's making me wonder, Are there any other places where we can just kind of feed one enemy to another and let them end? He's dead. Had I only been stronger. Enough of that. There'll be time for regrets after we've rid the world of Zervan. Kral has the right of it. The demon has fallen back into torpor for now. We must act swiftly if Regula's death is to have meaning. Survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility, or we must assume these followers continue their efforts to awaken the Icon. Let us then concentrate upon diverting them from their task. Mistress Krile and Master Unukalhai, prithee secure the controls to Zervan's shackles and limit the restoration of his might. Akani Shull and I shall forge ahead and strike down those thralls as would seek to harry you. We warriors of light, thine is as ever the most perilous duty. Gather to thee thy trusted companions and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. Yeah! Let's kill.
Kill.
Zit 9. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
That's a ready. Woohoo! Is there anyone else in here with us? It's just you and me, Halabali. Rah! We can just run through it. Okay.
Now for the damn solitude.
Oh, there we go. That's enough messing around. Oh, I should have taken the time to refresh my portrait. Oh well.
Oh well.
託された思い無駄にはできないわ。みんな鬼神ズルワーンを倒してお願い。
Big axe.
Oh. Hey. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Oh my.
Get out of the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, just save that. 1 second. Stack me, stack me, stack me!
Ooh, let's get behind you. I don't like the look of being in front of you right now. You again?
There you are.
Ooh, this seems...
I like how our weapons die.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's a snowflake. Okay, that was cool.
Ow. Oh dear. Oh, which one is it? Ah, gotta go to the opposite.
I did not pick the right one.
Oh, wait, was it? I thought it was opposite.
Oh, that's a wipe. Okay.
Is someone going to tell us which one?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if it's opposite or.
I don't know. Apparently, Kira doesn't know either.
Same.
I don't think anyone knows either. I
Only
could've
two ways
swore
to
it was
find out.
called.
We can either do it, or we can look it up. And I guess we're going on do it.
Yeah, it's.
Let's go
I think
same.
It's same. Yeah, I think it's same.
I just like how we all like them. Don't know. Hey,
Woohoo, I got my overheat off before he killed us. Yay.
again, I did my sizzle like too early. It's good that we're healed, but the F is a little bit of a DPS.
You mean you're not optimal at DPS? How dare?
Also, why I'm suffering with mechanist.
Haha, I remembered to use my damage mitigation.
Yay! I think I healed like right on time. Oh, yeah, promise to get behind that. Oh. Of course I did that fight when I had that human off.
I don't have my damage mitigation this time. Oh well. No. My overheat.
Oh, there they are. Frozen time, Mind of Earth.
And now we become Snowflake again.
Now,
Ooh.
okay, I got infinite ice marker type. Where's the ice?
Yeah, I've got an ice marker.
Oh, okay, okay. There we go.
Yay! We didn't die.
Probably not done the ice. Oh, wait, get it! Get out of the way! Where'd he go? Oh no.
Oh no. I want to remember my... I like remembering my mitigation because it's like an AoE mitigation, so it helps other people.
There we go!
I think that fight was less hard than the second one. Like, there's the one
Yeah.
mechanic we messed up, otherwise it was just kind of simple. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Kira, congratulations. Yay!
Ooh, I got her come.
Yeah. I did not. Incredible as always. Hopefully that will be the last of the world sees of the likes of Zervin. Every one of his thralls has been slain as far as we can determine. Our victory over the Triad is complete. An impossible feat had we not been blessed with your cooperation. Let us not forget the efforts of Regula von Hydrus and his men. Without their noble sacrifice, the demon would have awoken far sooner and possessed of far more formidable energies. The bodies of the fallen now accompany the survivors on the return journey to Garlemald. It is known the Imperials recognize no god, that they would honor the dead their own fashion. And yet, when we meet, our fleeting alliance will surely be forgotten. It was an interesting exchange, nonetheless. They spoke of their present ruler as a man who values self-sufficiency. Varys befriended Regula in their youth, it seems, and was highly impressed by his martial prowess. It is common knowledge Regula's rise to legatus was in quite part advocated by the Emperor himself. Regula freely admitted his shortcomings when it came to politics, and it was Varys' unconditional support that served to win his undying fealty. One does not expect such tales of comradeship to lurk beneath the Empire's iron exterior. Contrary to all expectations, the man died a hero. Witnessing the way you all leapt to danger, it would seem I'm surrounded by heroes.
Oh dear.
And yet my own actions are wrought by a heroic. I have not qualities nor character to stand at the warrior of light's side. A curious thing to say. Are you truly concerned you do not measure up to some arbitrary requirement? If you knew the path I walked to reach this place, you would understand why I doubt myself so. Return to me, and return with me to the Rising Stones, and I shall tell you of it. Yay, and then it'll be like hours before our planned end time, which means plenty of time to pick other things we want to do. Yeah. I bet he doesn't even know what a Mew is. Kay, do you know what a Mew is?
No.
Oh no. See, what happened is somebody thought it was a good idea for me to name a free company. And I thought it was hilarious to name the free company after a mascot character for a JRPG by Bandai Namco. Because, you know, the rival company to Square Enix.
Okay.
Mew from Tales of Abyss. Horrid game, great mascot character. Mew is one of the best. I'll Mew in the Discord too. What's going on? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop a Mew in the Discord so that from my FP's Discord. Okay. When your victory over Zeva and the Warring Triad is finally defeated, and I am afraid, however, that mine own efforts have oft been more hindrance than help, and you and your fellow scions deserve to hear the reasons behind my actions. Okay, who are you? Take your mask off. Reveal your little Garlean eye or whatever. Like, you're keeping your identity a secret. It's gonna be something we don't like. Hi, Kryl. I love your little wave. Kryl is just unbothered. I love her. I promise to tell you of my journey, of who I am, of where I'm from. Truth is, I'm not of this world. I'm sorry? I was born of a different star, a child whose power of the echo was too feeble to save his dying world. I'm sorry? A child who, unlike you, never became a warrior of light. I'm sorry? When all I knew stood on the brink of destruction, I was yet half-grown. Had I been born but a handful of years earlier, history might have written a different tale. The seeds of other heroes that had yet to fully sprout might not have withered and perished. The star I failed to save is known to you now as the
Boy, your freaking void sect? Really? Freaking void. Though Gobo knew not what I spoke, not that I spoke of my homeland, I have explained to her before the cause of its ruin. A magic was devised to contain a defeated primal's might within a stone known as an auracite, and the energies which bled from this imperfect vessel gradually corrupted the champions who wielded it. These heroes became slaves to an insatiable hunger for aether, eventually transforming into hideous fiends, and none who clung to the faint traces of light were strong enough to oppose them. The demons next turned upon each other in a war which drained the land's aether in ever greater amounts, until one day the star was suddenly swallowed in a flood of darkness, an entire world unmade in an instant. The void scent you encounter here in this realm are the twisted remnants of once mortal beings who gnaw on what motes of life force remain. And as I lay dying, beaten and broken in my failed last stand, 'twas my... Oh no! 'Twas my present master who found my tormented spirit and bore me away to the rift twixt worlds. 'Twas he who first introduced me to Urianger. At my mentor's feet did I learn of the nature of reality, of the existence of mirrored worlds, and the internal struggle between dark and light. Sudden and overwhelming superiority for other side will shatter the balance, and the world in question will be returned to the void by a calamity beyond imagining. As the self-appointed custodian of this balance, my master warned me that the source, the first of all worlds, slips perilously close to oblivion. In what spirit did this master proffer such a warning? A benevolent gesture, a veiled threat? To these questions and more do I mean to coax forth answers. Yet no matter his intention, that Heidelin doth teeter on a knife's edge is an undeniable truth. Knowing this, what choice was given you to make? I chose to join my master, and act on as his instrument in this star. The tragedy that befell my home cannot be repeated. I will see this world saved. And yet I hesitated at the most crucial of moments. What right have I to stand alongside a true warrior of light? In thine own words, thou wert called before thy time, and I offer that thou dwellest overmuch on the question of what maketh the hero. The search for the answer leaveth thee paralyzed by doubt. Heed me, Master Unul-Kalai. Thou needest not believe thyself a hero to perform great deeds. 'Tis the deed itself which earneth thee the hero's mantle. Aye, the ideals you hold can be less important than having the faith to act on them. Regula's loyalty to the Emperor guided his actions to the last, and though we did not see eye to eye, his final deeds can be called not less than heroic. Personally, I find that faith in my companions allows me to act unhindered by uncertainty. I know should I ever falter, they'll be here to support me, or steer me back onto the right path if needed. I see. In the days leading up to the world's destruction, I was entirely alone. I never knew what it was to have such comrades. I cannot imagine the loneliness you must have felt, but look around you now. You're not alone anymore.
Welcome to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Ishtola. Need to tell you what we saw with, I assume, the Echo. Like, oh no. Maybe not. Provisional member. Associate. Let's say associate. I will fulfill my promise to save the world, and when I stumble I shall be glad to have your hands there to stay me. My apologies, this is difficult for me. For so long have I spoken from behind a mask.
We should all feel comfortable speaking without such concealments.
I should hope you appreciate the irony of that statement, Urianger. Bye, Kryl. Now, Unokahai, please look the other way for a moment while I clean my gun.
Oh no.
Well, so we've achieved our goal for the night. We have another hour and a half in scheduled stream time.